I was very surprised when I first heard about it. I'm not talking about more attack equals more skill damage, but I was surprised with the number of people who actually didn't know that. Yes, more attack you have, more skill damage you will deal. And we can actually prove it real quick. What you need to do, you can test it yourself, is to first select the commander. For this one, I'm going to select Sun Tzu because he doesn't have any conditional skills. Doing this with, let's say, Minamoto wouldn't be very ideal because his fourth skill increases the damage taken by the target. So there is a chance that he will first apply Warlord and then use his skill damage, then use his skill cycle, so that you are going to increase the final skill damage just because of the fourth skill Warlord. So what you want to do is that you want to select the commander with no conditional skills. Sun Tzu first skill is always the same amount of damage. His second skill is just garrison. Third skill, damage taken reduction plus health. Fourth skill, increased skill damage. And expertise is just boosting the main skill. And as you can see, I have 0 talents on him. This means he doesn't have anything conditional. And he also doesn't have any equipment or formations, armaments, etc. So what we're going to do is we are going to use one skill cycle on this barbarian, level 41 barbarian, with Sun Tzu. Let's go. And no secondary commander. We are going to select 210 berserkers. Alright, here we go. Level 41, 210 tier 5s. Let's see the first skill damage. 3278. Let me double check just to make sure. Battle log. We go down, there's a skill damage. 3278. Now we are doing the exact same thing with no talents, no equipment, no formation, same city skin. Everything is the same. 210 troops, tier 5. 3278. So we did the same thing twice. On this one, this is the first one. Battle log. We go down, just to remember it. 3278 skill damage. And on this one, battle log. Here's the skill damage. Again, 3278. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back to Sun Tzu and I'm going to put this thing, Shield of the Eternal Empire, with a special talent. So it gives extra 26 attack. Now we are going to attack this level 41 barbarian. We are going to select Sun Tzu. Get rid of F flat 210. Let's see what happens now.
One eternity later.
So it was 3278 damage. Let's see what happens now. It should be a lot higher. Yep, 3789. So the difference is, I think, around 500, right? 3789 versus 3278. As you can see, this equipment alone, extra 26% attack, increase the skill damage of Sun Tzu around 500. This is how you can test it. This is how you can prove that when you increase your attack, you also increase your skill damage. But if you've been watching my live streams, my account reviews, you know that I always recommend gear, equipment with defense and health rather than attack. But this is especially for Season of Conquest, because if we take a look at Season of Conquest technology, these 4 all gives attack, right? These 4, again, all gives attack. These 4 all gives attack. And this one, improve morale, increases the damage. So we have a lot of things. We have a lot of technology that increases attack and that increases damage. But we don't have anything that increases health and defense. And if you've been following our channel, and if you haven't, I highly recommend you to do so to not miss any future videos like this one. Feel free to subscribe. You know that stats has diminishing returns. If I need to explain diminishing returns, to simply put, let's say you have 100,000 in your bank account and for somehow you put another 100,000. That extra 100K is going to have a huge impact because you are simply doubling your money, right? The financial impact of that extra 100K is going to be massive for you. But if you already have, let's say, I don't know, $30 million in your bank account, and if you get that extra 100K, now the impact is not going to be the same. It's not going to be as drastic as the first one because you already have $30 million. You just have now extra 100K. So the financial impact, the financial benefit of that 100K is not going to be noticeable. So Basically, like, to simply put, this is how I can explain diminishing returns. And that's why I keep saying, if you're in Season of Conquest, always focus on health and defense rather than attack. But as you can see, since attack increases skill damage, it is not as bad in pre-Season of Conquest. So equipment pieces like these, let me show you real quick. Unfortunately, I cannot say Sakura Fubuki because the replacement of it, the Gatekeeper's Shield, that's a blue piece and a lot cheaper than Sakura Fubuki, which provides extra health, and you can easily get it special talented. As you can see, I have it on my Richard and Constantine for Sunset Canyon, both special talented. It is so easy later in the game. The alternative is so good, so I'm not going to recommend Sakura Fubuki, but Witch's Lineage, for example, it gives extra infantry attack. Yes, this is not the most desirable thing, but pre-Season of Conquest, attack is not that bad since you are also increasing your skill damage, and the replacement is also infantry attack, so you can definitely craft a Witch's Lineage. Same goes for Queen's Soul. Again, infantry attack and replacement is infantry defense, but the difference is quite big, 4.5 compared to 8%. Or Cloud Racers for cavalry. The replacement is, I think, Windswept, right? The best thing is Windswept. 2.5 versus 5.5%. I would definitely craft a Cloud Racers until, in Season of Conquest, you definitely want to upgrade that to Boots of the Hellish Wasteland. No questions, that is like one of the best pieces in the game. But until you get there, you can certainly craft a Cloud Racers, especially in pre-Season of Conquest. What I'm always trying to tell you is to avoid equipment like this one, Shadow Legion's Retribution. It gives 12% cavalry attack, but this one, even though it gives 1% less stats, instead of attack, now we are getting cavalry health, and it is a part of the cavalry set. So why would you go ahead? And I've seen so many Shadow Legion Retributions, and the main reason is these pieces, you can actually get them from equipment keys, and when you get those, people just cannot avoid that urge, you know, because you got a legendary blueprint at the start of the game, or this is one of your first legendary blueprints, so you want to craft it. But no, you have to control yourself, and instead of a Shadows Legion Retribution, go ahead and try to get those blueprints, go with Heavy Armor of the Hellish Wasteland. Or instead of Blade of the Eternal Empire, and it is the part of infantry set, but you have to think, right? It gives infantry attack, and 6 pieces infantry set also gives extra infantry attack. Do you really need that much attack in Season of Conquest? No. So instead of Blade of the Eternal Empire, what you want to do, since you don't actually need that 6 pieces infantry set, then you just go with Hope Cloak. And this is really good because you can get the Hope Cloak from equipment keys, so you can save your blueprint selections from Hunt for History, Holy Knight's Treasure, aka Egg Event, for better equipment pieces, such as Boots of the Hellish Wasteland, as I said, because Mountain Crushers, which comes from the equipment keys, it has only 0.5% extra stats. It is 8% attack versus 7.5% cavalry health. This is obviously the better choice. This is also part of the cavalry set, so please stop crafting these attack items over these health or defense items, which are also part of the set. And on top of that, the reason why it is okay to craft Queen's Soul or Cloud Racers is because these are epics or blues or greens, whatever. These are non-legendary. When you dismantle these pieces, you get all the materials back. But if you dismantle a legendary piece, you will only get half of the materials. So even though crafting an Eternal Light actually costs 40 iron, 10 leather, and 10 ebony, if I dismantle it, I will only get 25 and 5. But if I dismantle, let's say, Karak's Humility, I will get all the materials back. That's why it is okay to craft some attack pieces that are not legendary, but if you craft low value legendary pieces, attack pieces, then you will only get, when you regret it, you will only get half of the materials, which is going to set you back a lot when it comes to number of materials you have. Hope you guys found the video useful or informative. If you did, make sure to hit subscribe, hit the like, only takes 1 second, and you don't miss any future videos. And speaking of Season of Conquest technology, if you want to know the best order at the moment with the latest Season of Conquest technology tree, you can watch this video to learn what is the best way to upgrade your SoC technology in Rise of Kingdoms. I see you guys on that one. Bye.